So I watched Transformers Rise of the Beast last night, and I needed a day to process things because I think I'm gonna go on a rant here. Now let me say off the top, if you like Transformers, if you're just looking for something that'll entertain for like 2 hours or whatever, I think you'll enjoy this. I think most people will walk out of this movie and enjoy it. I think families will like it. It's entertaining enough. It's funny enough. And from the reviews I've seen so far, there's not a ton out right now, but even critics seem to mostly think it's solid at least. So if you hear that and that makes you excited, feel free to click off the video. I appreciate it. I'll see you next time. But for everyone else in here, guys, I really went through it last night. I think my soul left my body. I really had an existential crisis while watching this. And I do want to reiterate that I don't think this movie is like awful or anything. Like this movie clearly wasn't for me. But there is some technical well-craft. I like Stephen Caple Jr. as a director. I think I like Creed 2 more than most people. So he's a very capable director, and this is not really a reflection on him or anything like that. But as I said, I really had an existential crisis watching this movie. Now, I am going to reference Marvel a lot here, and I'll explain why. If you're a fan of the channel, you know. Not that I'm some defender of Marvel, but I'm certainly not as harsh on them as a lot of people have been, especially in recent years. While I haven't liked everything they've put out, I've enjoyed it for what it is. I think it's a solid time. I enjoy the characters. I watched it at a proper age, and I kind of grew up with it. So it does have a spot in my heart. I can't lie. But for years, especially since I've had this channel and this platform, I have heard nothing but insults towards Marvel. Just everyone keep bagging on it for the same things that I keep hearing, some of which I agree, some of which I think is kind of like eh. But regardless, I hear the criticism, I see it, I've heard it for years. I've heard about visual effects, about how the movies look like sewage water, it looks like mud, the cameos, everything has to tie into each other. And on some instances, like Quantumania, I completely agree and I think it's awful. And then there are some instances where people seem to not like the movie, like Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, but I come away liking it a lot. All of this is to say, I get it now, okay? I get it. I think I hate the MCU now because Transformers Rise of the Beast has everything that I have heard from people criticizing MCU movies in one movie. Everything I have heard about it is in this movie. Let me start from the top. 1, this movie has so much exposition. Oh my God. It has to explain everything. And then for some reason, as someone who, like, when watching a movie about Thanos, I'm like, yeah, Thanos seems terrifying. In this one, they're talking about a villain named, like, Scourge. And when I heard that, I was like, what? Scourge? Like, for some reason, I just couldn't take it seriously. And once I know that's hypocritical. I'm saying that right now. You don't need to tell me. I'm literally admitting it. I'm like, okay, Scourge is like a planet destroyer or one of the Transformers. I already fucking forgot. Scourge is like one of the henchmen or what the fuck? Basically, he's trying to find this key. And with the so much exposition, I am already kind of checked out, okay? Once again, I'm not even a Transformers guy. I think the first Michael Bay Transformers was kind of cool. Maybe it's because I was like a dumb teenage boy when I saw it. I don't know. There's exposition galore, and unlike in something like Across the Spider-Verse where there is exposition, but at least they present it in an interesting way, a way that is engaging. This one, just typical voiceover, narration, nothing new, nothing special, just kind of out there. I'm like, okay, whatever. I can accept this. And the characters, the actual Transformers characters are all the same. They are all the same. Yo, Optimus Prime, you are sick, you give awesome speeches, but you have not changed since the first Transformers movie. If you have to comment again or like tell me what is right or wrong, I'm gonna punch you in the face, yo. I can't stand this anymore. In this movie, he's so awkward. Like, he's just watching bad shit happen. He's like, oh no, Autobots. I'm like, oh my God, can you just fucking do so? I don't know. I don't even know what I want you to do, but you're just starting to piss me off because I've seen this so many times. There's nothing new about these characters. At least with the MCU in its prime, at least when there's reoccurring characters, they would bring a little something to it, you know? Like, at least fucking Iron Man went through something. I mean, Jesus. It's like, oh, you lost your home again? Like, how many times do I have to hear that they lost their homes, yo? The human characters, let me give this credit. Human characters, actually kind of good. I actually liked it. Anthony Ramos, Dominique Fishback, they're good. They bring something new to the movie. Thank you. There's a little subplot with him and the brother, I think is nice, and it works. And then he gets in the car, and then Pete Davidson is voicing the Transformers. And nothing against Pete Davidson, but that was a bit of a jump scare, a little distracting. He's good. He's good. Little weird though, but okay, fair enough. And I know I'm saying a lot about nothing right now, but and once again, I'm unscripted, off the top. I'm bouncing all over the place. The movie just kind of made me cringe. It was a little corny. Not a little corny. It's very corny. With Optimus Prime fucking saying, "Oh no," just like I don't know. The humor in this movie felt like MCU humor. And now that might not be a bad thing. You know, some jokes in the MCU are genuinely funny. Like, get a genuine laugh. And there were some in here where I genuinely laughed. And by some, I mean like maybe two. But anyways, the MCU humor, it's there. You know how in Avengers Endgame, Cap says, "Avengers assemble." And it's some big moment. Well, there's a moment like that here. And I'm sure you can already guess what they say. And I saw that. I was like, no fucking way. No fucking way. Also, where are they fighting? It looks like sewage water. It looks dirty. I'm like, what is this? There was that clip going around of this Transformers battle where it's like shot in like a one take, and I'm just not impressed by that. I like one take. I appreciate the craft and skill and choreography behind it, and I don't doubt that was there. But man, it just looks ugly. And I wish I could say so much more, because like I would be better able to explain why this is like the MCU-ification of a Transformers movie, which might be the worst thing I've ever said out loud. But there is something that happens like to Anthony Ramos's character, or I'm like, no fucking way. We're doing it. Like, is this supposed to be sick? Because maybe this just isn't for me, which clearly it is. But then the cherry on top of everything, the cherry on top, is the ending of this movie. Because it is not enough for this to be a Transformers movie. It will connect to something. That's all I'm going to leave it at. It is going to connect to something, because we do not believe in standalone movies anymore. It is an attachment to a certain thing. And when I saw that, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, wait a minute. What are they planning? What does he know? What are they cooking? This movie really made my soul leave my body. It really did. This is every single piece of criticism against the MCU levied into one movie. Maybe people will enjoy it. I assume people will. I've already seen from the people I follow, I've given it the lowest rating of them all. So please ignore me. Once again, if you like Transformers, I hope you clicked off this video minutes ago. But from the criticism of the MCU's humor and stakes and visual style, visual effects, the jokes, the interconnectedness, the corny dialogue, the characters, it's all in here. It is all in here. Who knows what's going to happen with my mental state, because I'm seeing The Flash tonight when I'm recording. That will be the next video you guys see. And even with all that being said, in good consciousness, I can't give it that low of a rating, because like I said, it's like entertaining enough, I guess, you know. It is long, but there's nothing about it that I was like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. It just really made me reflect on my own cinema journey here, especially with the MCU, and really rethink things. Transformers: Rise of the Beast, 2 stars. I don't even know what's happening anymore. Cast is stacked though, I will say that. Cast is stacked.